What is going on? What is going on? Judd Burdon here, and I am super excited to be here with you tonight at the AK Pothole Hunting live roundtable with you right here. Tonight, I invite you to ask any questions that you may have. You can type them away in the comments. We do have some of our AK team members that are here, and they're responding to any questions that are there, posting links, and I will, of course, do my very best to get to everybody's questions with great answers that hopefully help guide you and steer you in a direction for success, because that's really why we're all here investing special time in our life, is to, of course, move ourselves forward in a direction that allows us to grow, spread our wings, and ultimately build the heck out of what it is that we're wanting to build, which is our business. And so being an asphalt maintenance specialist, of course, we go through this seasonality of the business, right? We start in the spring and we go hard through the summer months, and we're focusing on filling those envelopes as much as we can with money, and we go through that whole season working, grinding, and then we come to the fall months, and of course it's like playoff season, right? We're all going a million miles an hour, we're finishing strong, and as we hit that fall kind of range, a lot of companies end up going back into that kind of relax mode. Well, winter's here, we're going to kick back, relax, and of course having those envelopes filled with money, we know that they can get depleted in the winter months if you don't have that cash flow. And so losing that cash flow through the winter months means that a lot of the time you're burning the capital that you've basically saved throughout the season. And of course, a lot of deals come out during the winter months, and you want to start strong in the spring by buying bulk supplies, but you don't have the money because you burnt through it during the winter months. Well, that was a problem for me. Over 24 years ago, I started my very own asphalt maintenance company. For those of you that know, you probably already know the story because I've told you it a million times. But for those of you that don't, I owned Imperial Asphalt Maintenance, incorporated out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, built a beautiful company and serviced all kinds of different commercial plazas, complexes, and accounts that we did all their pavement asset management services for. And then, of course, the snow starts flying in the north, in Montreal, and at that point, we are unable to work. Well, I would burn through all that money through the winter months, and we'd be broke by spring, and it wasn't a good feeling. And so as I continued to go on my journey through the pavement industry, I sold my company and then started Asphalt Kingdom, and we've helped thousands and thousands of people all over the globe start their very own asphalt maintenance companies to build the futures they're looking for. And one of the biggest hurdles and challenges throughout this last 20 years of working here at Asphalt Kingdom to help people thrive, biggest challenge was we were helping people start their very own asphalt maintenance company, but the same problem was happening during the winter months. People would reach out to me and be like, hey, Judd, I'm going broke in the winter months and I don't have enough money to hold me through. And I'm not able to start with a big bang in the spring by buying the bulk supplies that I need to be able to be more competitive and ultimately profit more money on each job that I'm doing. And so I have a responsibility to the industry. I have a responsibility to business owners in helping to keep the cash flow going. And so, of course, you know, that's been the puzzle. It's been the big question. How do we keep that cash flow going? And here is the answer. Okay, so we know that most people want to make money all year round. I know that you do. It would be ideal to make money all year round. And of course, it's nice to go on vacation, but you want to keep that cash flow rolling. The problem is that the cold weather interferes with that, as we've just discussed. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure we're taking advantage of the cold weather. And so taking advantage of the cold weather is such an important play on this because, of course, in the winter months, guess what happens? By the way, just a quick shout out to a few people on before we dig into this winter pothole hunting roundtable a little bit further. Huge shout out to Bros, who's on here. Hello, Ron here from Jakarta. Nice to have you on. Cortland, Ontario, Canada in the house. Chad, what's going on? Dave, welcome, Long Island, New York. I'm sure you know Dom Manzo, local seal coating out of Long Island as well. Welcome, everybody. All right, so in the winter months, guess what happens? We all know this, right? Anybody who's in the central and north, I mean, even south, potholes are inevitable. Potholes arise because water gets into the cracks. It erodes the foundation. The asphalt can't bear its own weight, so it collapses. You end up with a pothole. Now, the issue with these potholes is that the potholes are a tripping hazard. They're a liability on any parking lot, roadway, or driveway. As a tripping hazard being a liability, it means that the homeowner is up against potential risk of litigation if somebody trips and falls. Kroger had a major lawsuit over at their company where somebody got hurt on a parking lot. It was like something crazy, like $69 million lawsuit. And so safety first, right? Potholes are everywhere and they happen more in the winter months. And they become a tripping hazard, liability risk, potential litigation for a property owner. As a pavement professional, you have a responsibility to keep people safe. You need to keep them safe. How do you keep them safe? You need to have the potholes repaired so that there is nobody tripping. I mean, how would you feel if Wendy was pushing along a stroller with her baby Sarah in the stroller, and as the stroller is moving along, the front left wheel gets stuck in a pothole on a commercial complex that you had driven by previously but never talked to the property owner about, and now, of course, Wendy pushes baby Sarah, the stroller gets caught in the pothole and all of a sudden starts to do a tip. I'm just giving a story. There is no Wendy or Sarah, but I want to build that image in your mind, okay? You have a responsibility as a pavement professional to repair potholes to make sure that they are not a tripping hazard for property owners and pedestrians that are traveling on it. That's the first. So safety. Let's plug safety in as the big thing. Jonas, welcome, man. So good to have you in from Moncton, New Brunswick. Would love to have you on. I know you're pothole hunting out there, crushing it. I just saw another social media post. Want you on here. Thank you so much for being here. So safety first and foremost, repair the potholes. Property owners and managers, it plays a huge emotional button on them when you talk about safety for their business, for their customers, for their pedestrians, for the people that are walking on the property. Nobody wants somebody to get hurt. Safety. The next thing is prolong the pavement asset. Prolong the pavement asset. So why are we going to repair potholes? Well, let me ask you something. Why do you repair cavities in your teeth? Because if you don't repair the cavities in your teeth, the cavity starts to spread, the decay starts to spread, and then you have to end up replacing your tooth, or even worse, all your teeth, right? Same thing. Prolong the pavement asset by doing pothole repair. That will save somebody money over having to replace the pavement surface so often, right? Every 12 years is like the kind of that life cycle. Every 12 years, that's because of potholes and no crack repair, right? So if we can do the crack sealing and the pothole repair, pothole hunting, we can extend the life of that pavement asset by 2 times. So prolong the pavement asset, that's save money. Safety, save money. And then the third one is, my team doesn't really like it when I use this, make the asphalt look sexy and make it look great. Okay, that's the triple S. Make the asphalt look better. Nobody wants a big pothole that's sitting there. Welcome, Connecticut. Devin, what's up, man? Welcome. And we've got Tito as well from Idaho. Welcome, brother. So yeah, you want to make sure you have the parking lot, the driveway, or the roadway looking great as well, right? Not these big potholes that look like a mess and are muddy. I mean, who here has stepped in a pothole that's filled with water, or stepped in a pothole that had water that froze, that's like an ice rink, that's a liability risk for slippage? Okay, cool. So now that we have the safety, the save money, and make it look great, if we use those 3 different pieces right now as part of what we're going to consider our pothole hunting approach, I want you to think about that for a second. Pothole hunting approach. So as an asphalt contractor, you are going to go out to hunt potholes. I want you to think about Targets. I want you to think about Circle K gas stations. I want you to think about any kind of commercial plaza, Best Buy, electronics with PetSmart, and all the big commercial parking lots, restaurants, hotels, motels, they're everywhere. And guess what? A lot of the time around the catch basins, you have depressions where water's building up or eroding around the catch basin, causing potholes and depressions again, and next tripping hazard. Or on one of the ramps, right? The concrete ramps, ADA compliancy issues too, where the asphalt might have built up and ridged and rolled, and now you've got a lip and a wheelchair could catch that ridge and fall forward. You have a responsibility to bring this information to the property owner, the property manager, the groundskeeper, whoever's responsible for making the decisions for that parking lot. You need to bring them the information that you are the trusted asphalt pavement asset management company that will keep the parking lot safe save them money by prolonging the life of it when you do these pothole repairs, and you will make it look great. You have that responsibility. The great news is that the investment to actually go out and make money all winter long, and I'm not talking about making $100 a day, I'm talking about clients that are making, and I know Jonas is on here, Tim Smith is on as well. Tim, welcome. I know you just got off of a demo, a Pavement Pro demo. Thank you for being here. Chris, welcome. Yeah, so I mean, you can make real money, not $100 a day here. We're talking a couple grand a day. We have some clients that are making over $1,000 a day, couple grand a day. I've heard of people making $6,000 a day doing this. And best of all, you don't need to be an expert in the field of patching or pothole repair. You really just need to get started doing 1, 2, 3, 4 patches. And it's a very easy process by which you take an RY2X2 mini infrared machine and you park it over top of the asphalt area that is damaged or decayed. And ultimately you're reheating that asphalt surface to make it workable again. You then use a rake and you rake out that asphalt, you spray rejuvenator on it, you rake it out, and you can compact it right after. Now the question is, what if it's a hole? What if there's a depression? You need to add more asphalt. And the answer is you can buy asphalt millings. Asphalt millings are by where you go to an asphalt plant locally. It's not hot asphalt, it's asphalt millings that have come off of previous milling jobs, mill and pave jobs. And you're looking for the blackest, most rich, dark color that you can find at the pavement plant. And that at the asphalt plant. And those tons of asphalt millings will only cost you anywhere from $12 to $20 for a ton. You may not even take the ton, but you might pay for the ton, take 500 pounds and use that for 50 potholes, right? And 50 potholes that you're charging $100 a potholes, $5,000 in revenue off of a $50 investment. My point here is that you guys have the opportunity to be able to make money all winter long. And the reason why you're going to make money all winter long is because paving contractors out there are not going out to do pothole repair. I'll teach you guys how to, but we have a responsibility to go out and do this, right? For our business, but most importantly for the property owners to keep them safe, prolong this pavement asset life, and also make it look great. So let's talk about pricing. When you go to do these pothole repairs, you're going to charge anywhere from $100 to $150 a press. And the price is aggressive, but it just makes sense. Nobody else is going to do it. And that pothole is an important thing to repair. We've talked about why. And you're not going to go out to do this as something that you're not going to get rich off of. You're going out to get rich doing this, right? You want to go out and make $1,000, $2,000 a day. And you want to do this 15, 20 days a month throughout the winter months. Why? Because nobody else is doing it. Nobody else is. People are hibernating and sleeping and complaining about how they're not making money all winter long. Meanwhile, we're here taking the first crack at this and taking this proactive approach of building our business. So what you're able to do is charge that $100 to $150 a press. You get out, you do 10 potholes in a day. Let's face it, most parking lots have 10 potholes. You know, areas where the catch basins are, different decayed areas, alligatored cracks, tripping hazards. You're going to get 10 on those parking lots. 10 times the $100 per patch is $1,000. 15 patches is $1,500, and so on. What you want to make sure of is that when you're buying those asphalt millings, getting back to repairing a pothole that, let's say, has no asphalt in the base of it, you're going to take those millings and you're going to fill up that pothole about an inch above that surface with the millings or the depression. Then you park your infrared machine on top of it and it will heat it up for approximately 7 minutes. And it will do a 7-minute heat press, 2.5 inches deep. It will go through the asphalt millings and it will go through the pre-existing asphalt that's all around the millings as well as below it. And now you've got a workable hot asphalt solution after 7 minutes. That infrared machine can be used through those winter months, even when it's cold and it's snowy and it's nasty outside. You may have seen some previous pictures of our clients out there working with the machines, but you do that 2.5 inch press. You then take your rake, flip it over to the flat edge of the rake, and you build a window frame around the area that you just heated. Flip the rake over to the serrated edge and you'll rake through the top of the asphalt, 2.5 inches deep, 2 inches deep, and that will rework the asphalt millings and the old asphalt together. It's all hot, right? And then you take your rejuvenator, you spray your rejuvenator on top of it, which is the glue, it's the binder. It will keep it all mended together. Make it all equal and level. Use your vibrating plate or your hand tamper and compact that patch down. That patch now is a seamless patch, and it is now filled in that pothole, preventing the tripping hazard, prolonging the pavement asset life, and making it look great. So it's really not rocket science here. It's really just a matter of saying, you know what? Click, I get this. This makes sense to make money all winter long. It makes sense to have the cash flow coming in for the business as well. Why does it make sense to have the cash flow coming in for your business? Well, let's face it, if you're building the value in your business to one day sell it, even though you may not sell it, you should always be building towards selling it. If you actually are doing that, then you should have cash flow going all year long. Otherwise, your books look terrible. Spring, summer, fall, winter, back down to nothing. And people looking at your business are looking for attractive numbers, not these numbers that are these big up and down type graphs on your revenue. You want to make sure that you're seeing this consistent cash flow that shows that your business is not just going to be, dormant for 4 months a year. You want to keep this thing flowing. And this is exactly how you can do that. We've had so many people investing into our pothole hunting packages this fall. And when I say so many, I'm saying there's probably about 70 people who have invested into this pothole hunting package in all of North America. And so if you're watching this right now, this is the opportunity for you to really get out there without the competition. Again, paving companies are not going out to do this. They are not going to go repair 10 potholes, but you will. 100% you will. Go make $1,000, right? And then the neighbors will have jobs to do. And if you put some social media campaigns together on Facebook with geo-targeted ranges around how far you're willing to travel around emergency pothole repair, winter pothole repair services, etc., you end up with the Facebook ads while your competition's sleeping. You have Facebook ads that are running. Run Google ads as well, targeting those keywords for your city, your city, maybe your municipality or your county, and you really build ad campaigns that are going around the pothole repair, emergency pothole repair, repair parking lot, winter time. And so these are the things that you really want to think about. All right. I want to make sure that you all know, please ask any questions that you have in the comments box. If you're on YouTube, go ahead, pound away, and on Facebook as well. I'm going to go into a Q&A right now. I've given you guys the information. I'm not sure what else to share, really. I've got some notes here, but I'm just kind of winging it with you guys, giving you the information that you need because I believe in it so much. We're helping so many other people do the same thing, and I keep getting people messaging me talking about how it's so awesome they're out there working during the fall. Jonas Malmus is in New Brunswick, Canada right now, and he's scraping frost off the top of his RY2X2, doing pothole repair, keeping cash flow, and we're almost December. And so to see him going out and making money doing that makes my heart sing, and I want to see the same thing with you. Unless you want to just, go on vacation for the winter, great, but realize your business is like a baby. It's like a baby. In the winter months, your baby is crying, screaming, feed me. And this is an opportunity to be able to really keep the baby happy. Thank you so much, Tim Smith. We do have templates for pothole repair that you can customize with your company info and logo. Our pothole hunting package, I know that our team has been posting the links, but it's not just the equipment that we sell. I actually hate selling equipment. I love selling the golden ticket. I love selling the package that provides you with everything that you need, the knowledge, the experience, the education, and the templates, the tools to be able to go do this turnkey. And really, the hardest part is just getting started, truly. James Martinez out of Phoenix, Arizona. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you very much. I am super passionate. I'm passionate about the industry, but I'm way more passionate about helping people. I want to truly, I desire to help as many people as I can. And so if you're feeling this kind of, stress of financially these winter months that we're rolling through here, anybody who knows that feeling, because I understand what that's like, please know that there's an alternative. You can actually get out there and you can go and hunt these potholes and make a ton of money doing it. In regards to Devin, I guess we all want to know is how to get clients, commercial, residential, and municipal. I'm telling you, like, I'm going to share, I don't know if I can even do this, but I'm going to show my presentation. Oh, I can't do that, but I was going to share. Here we go. Let me try to share my screen. Let's see if this works. Check this out. I mean, I literally have written scripts, guys. I've written scripts so that when you're making your outbound phone call, hey, my name is, and I'm calling about something important relating to your parking lot located at this address. Are you the person responsible for the parking lot there? If they say no, if they say yes, and so on. So I've spent the time, guys, I've really spent the time in making sure that you get the social media templates and you have the sales script. But how do you land the clients? Here it is. Get in your car or your truck and go and drive to an industrial area or to an area where you have commercial complexes, where you have HOAs, where you have private restaurants, where you have car washes, gas stations, tennis courts, golf courses. I mean, everywhere. Private airports. You absolutely need to go out there, put on your camo hat, and go and find the business. Potholes are everywhere. Imagine you have a cavity in your tooth and you're sitting there in your living room and it's aching you. It's just aching. And all of a sudden, it's like, hi, I'm the dentist. And the dentist is there to literally fix your tooth on the spot. And that, to me, is exactly what you guys are. You guys are the pothole hunters. Get out there, hunt it. If you want to do cold calling and you want to hit 100 calls in a day and you want to build a lead list because you've gone to Fiverr or Upwork and you've scraped a list of all the commercial complexes in your area or all the churches or whatever it is, you've scraped a list and you're dialing them using our cold calling script, and you're just dialing those numbers to generate appointments that you're going to go visit to be able to make sure you're able to go repair those potholes, to keep their parking lot safe, prolong the pavement assets, and make it look great. I mean, the reality of it is it sells itself. People don't want potholes on parking lots. Paving companies are not going to go repair potholes on parking lots. You guys have this opportunity to be able to go and repair the potholes and get rich doing it. That's honestly as easy as it is. Facebook ads, Google ads, you going out and hunting these potholes, there's no reason why any of you cannot go out and make over $1,000 a day doing this. Easy. All right, let's roll into the next question. Team, if you could pop up questions on my screen, then I'll answer them as they pop up because our comments are filling up really fast here. Chat, our packages range in price. The RY2X2 mini infrared machine alone is $19.99, but I wouldn't get that. I'd get the RY2X2 along with the asphalt milling rejuvenator, which is the glue that keeps the asphalt that you've heated up all together so that it really binds well, so that when you compact it down, it's long lasting patch, not something that's just heated up old asphalt, heated up asphalt millings, and then compact it. You really need the binder and glue for it to last properly. I hate seeing people use infrared machines and not use the asphalt milling rejuvenator because it won't last nearly as long. James Martinez, when approaching those large strip malls or lots with multiple properties sharing the lot, how do you go about reaching the property manager? Ask, like, straight up. This is about questions, right? You have to ask. So, I mean, you can Google it. You can go on LinkedIn. I would ask Sally, the secretary. Hey, I'm Judd calling from Asphalt Kingdom. I'm just reaching out. Who would be responsible for the safety of your parking lot? Why do you ask, sir? Just because I want to make sure that any of the potholes are repaired. The last thing I'd want is somebody tripping and falling on the parking lot and you guys be up against potential litigation. Oh, well, that would be Joe that you'd need to speak with. Great. Can I have his cell number? Can I have his email address? And you have to work it, right? You got to really dig in. None of this like, oh, well, maybe we'll think about it. Well, You'll think about somebody actually tripping and falling on a parking lot and having that pavement asset deteriorate so it needs to be replaced rapidly. And I'm being a little bit facetious right now, but the reality of it is we got to dig our claws in and we got to go for the people who are the people responsible for ultimately making the decisions for that property. Here we go. Let's go to the next question. For gas stations, potholes are a big issue in Toronto. For someone who's approaching these stations, what approach would you take? Harmon, I would take the approach of just literally walking up and saying, man, I want to repair these potholes because I want to keep your parking lot safe. I want to keep the pavement asset, prolong its life, and save you money, as well as make it look a lot better, but safety first. Who would I speak to about making the decision to repair these potholes? I'm a local pavement professional, and I repair potholes. It's what I do. And they're going to either say, no, we're not interested. And you're going to be like, not interested? There's a pothole in your parking lot. It's like, it's like this, right? It's like a dentist approaches you and you've got this big gaping hole in your tooth and it's like decayed and nasty. And the dentist goes, I can repair that for you. And you're like, nah, I like this big, nasty, stinky, decayed tooth. No, people want their potholes repaired. Every reason why we should get out there and sell this stuff, guys. Tommy, I contacted my local asphalt plant as they do not have any asphalt millings. If I cannot find any from any local pavers, is there another way to fill the potholes besides cold patch? Man, I've seen people take old asphalt, like chunks of asphalt, break them down. You can actually break them down and turn them into your own asphalt millings. We've had clients, believe it or not, they take their infrared unit, they'll put it on top of a chunk of asphalt, on top of concrete, and they'll break that asphalt down using their infrared machines so that they do have the asphalt grains, the granular aggregate, to be able to add into the holes and then use the rejuvenator to compact. So if you can't get your hands on any old asphalt at all, then you could be up against a bit of a circumstance. But not being able to find millings locally and not being able to find old asphalt that's been dumped is very, very rare not to find that. But reach out to me privately if too, maybe I have another solution for you. Cold patch would not be the way that I would go for this kind of infrared work personally. Tyler Gertzen, what's up? How long do you feel comfortable telling a prospective customer that your repair is going to last? They are likely used to the patching that only lasts a few months before it is blown out again. That will last much longer, obviously, but you probably can't promise it will last forever. No, so I generally, like for asphalt infrared patching, you can guarantee it or warranty it for a year, but most infrared patching that I've been able to do with asphalt milling rejuvenator, you need the rejuvenator team. You need to have the rejuvenator. It bonds it all together. It's like the glue, right? And so that will keep for 3 to 4 years for infrared patching at least. And it just needs to be done properly. Don't skimp on the rejuvenator. Make sure you use it and it's designed for it. Guys, you're making like your cost to operate that RY2X2 is like $1.50 an hour because it's fuel. But the rejuvenator, your cost per patch is going to run you about $5 to $7 per patch. And you're charging $100 a press. So, I mean, the reality of it is you're profiting $90 for every press that you do after your COGs. So that's what I'd recommend. All right, we've got, I practiced with my RY2X2 with very fresh millings and it worked well, except it didn't bond to old asphalt. It didn't bond to, oh, sorry, let me find it. It jumped on me. Worked well, except it didn't bond to old asphalt. Hole was 3x2 and it had to move equipment. Was that the problem, moving and waiting 7 minutes? Yeah, I would think so. If you use the millings in the depression or the hole, you should heat up one side and then you should immediately move it over to the other side and have somebody working the area that you just heated up. You don't want to ideally do one press, do the repair, and then do a second press. If you're doing a 3x2, I would do 2 sequential presses and have that working simultaneously. And make sure, again, rejuvenator, it really, it will bond to the old asphalt if you've heated it up properly and you're building the window frame. The back edge of your rake needs to press into a square around the patch. You don't want to use your serrated edge and go from the hard asphalt into the softer asphalt because it'll make it aesthetically really nasty around the patch. You want to build your window frame inside the heated area, then use your serrated edge inside that window frame, if that makes sense. You're basically doing a square in the heated press and then use your serrated edge inside of there. And then you should be able to get a nice, consistent finished patch. All right, Jody, what's going on? How big of a pothole can you do? With the RY2X2, I mean, we have a lot of clients that buy like 3 or 4 of these things because they like to use them kind of in this modular way. So they can do multiple presses at one time, 3 units side by side. I think Jonas has 3, 2 or 3, and he parks them all side by side, which means he's able to do a 2-foot by 6-foot press in one shot. That's like $300 for every press that he does. In 7 minutes, you have a $300 press. It only takes another 10 minutes to do the repair. I mean, he's talking about like 15 to 20 minutes to make a $300 infrared repair. But the RY2X2 is 2 feet by 2 feet. And so you can do a 4 square foot pothole repair. Hope that helps. All right, Jonas, that template looks great for pothole hunting. Thank you, brother. Jesse, do you ever bid on city or state road maintenance contracts? Just wondering. I just recently posted something from I forget the name of the company, on our Asphalt Kingdom Facebook page. Somebody was doing municipal work with 3 units that they had bought. So they were doing 2-foot by 6-foot presses with their 3 machines side by side and moving them modularly along the road. Now, a lot of people say, hey, these smaller units, what about bigger units? And I'm like, yeah, there's always application for bigger units as well, but those would be for big repairs. We're talking about going out and doing the small repairs that nobody else wants to do. And so these RY2X2s are really great units from a compact perspective. You can lift them on and off a truck or trailer, and the RY2X2 is great to be able to get into corners or little areas. You're not going to pull out a 2-foot by 6-foot or a 4 by 8 to go do a repair that's a 2-foot by 2-foot pothole, or doing a little repair around a catch basin. You really want to use these for kind of that smaller, intricate work that people are paying big bucks for. Davis, you can buy asphalt millings in the winter? Yeah, absolutely. There's usually piles of asphalt millings that are being dumped at plants for sure. Asphalt millings you can generally find at all asphalt plants. I'd give a call to your local plant, and if for whatever reason they don't have, again, I'd be getting the asphalt chunks, like old chunks, and heating them up with your infrared unit, breaking them down, and then ultimately using that as your filler, and then use your rejuvenator to mix it well and then compact it. Sorry guys, my voice is I've come down with a bit of a cold, so apologies for my scruff voice. All right, who else do we have that I haven't answered? There's a lot of questions. Okay, let's continue to look at some notes here that I can get over to you guys. So, and keep posting questions, guys. Charge a minimum of $500. Like, I wouldn't just go and do $100 to $125 repair for a pothole. I would really make sure that I'm going in for a $500 minimum. So up to 4 potholes for that $500. Every pothole thereafter would be that $100 to $150, whatever way you decided to price it. But yeah, $500 minimum. I would not go and do anything for under $500. And that's something really important. And that would be on a call. Like if somebody said, hey, I've got 2 potholes to repair, will you do it for a couple $100? I'd be like, we have a $500 minimum. Now, if you're on the road and you're working at a commercial plaza and next door is a car wash and there's 3 potholes at one property and 9 at the other, and John and Joe know each other really well as friends and they're both the owners of each property, then you might do a deal with them. But, just realize that $500 minimum is certainly the way that I would roll. Devin, we have something in from you here. A question: what if you wanted to fix an alligatored area with grass and dirt? I understand you clean the crack, but in some cases you still can't get all the grass and dirt away without making a big mess. Yeah, and that's where you really need to get into, like, if it's a really alligatored area with a lot of grass and dirt and it's really just the point of full decay, that may be a cut and replace, right? It's just not something you'd repair with the infrared because you'd be moving dirt all into it. It really turns into a bit of a huge make work project that you're kind of putting lipstick on a pig. So I would recommend a cut or replace with this kind of a question that's coming in right now. James Martinez, what's the best technique for repairing potholes or patches that have been ruined by leaking car oil or other oils and chemicals? Great question. So oil stains are a great one. The RY2X2, park it on top of a really penetrated oil stain, heat up that asphalt, scrape it out, and then replace it with your asphalt millings or your asphalt. If you have hot asphalt, great. But if you don't, asphalt millings. and make sure that you're heating up that area again. Go ahead and rake it out and compact it. But yeah, you definitely want to get rid of any oil stains or any kind of transmission fluids, power steering fluids that have really penetrated the asphalt. I know you know what I'm talking about when it's like literally smooth and slick. You could take a key and dig into it. You want to remove that, get rid of the acidic properties, and ultimately replace it with fresh asphalt using the infrared machine. Cut and replace is another option. The only thing with the cut and replace is that you have seams always around a cut and replace, right? So you need to make sure to crack seal the edges of that patch. Otherwise, water can get in along the sidewalls of the patch and erode the foundation, and your patch fails. Infrared prevents that. It's generally seamless. If it's done properly, a seamless infrared patch is ideal. All right, more questions. Come on, bring them on, bring them on. I've got another 10 minutes that I'll be on, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. Here we go. By the way, Jonas, if you're on, if you want to click that link in your Facebook Messenger, I'd be happy to have you on here to share a little bit about how it's working out for you, man. And to my AK team, do we have anybody in the waiting room? Just put a chat there. Let me know. All right. Let's talk about scaling the relationship, right? So you go and do these pothole repairs, and all of a sudden you've now got this relationship with the property owner. Well, in the springtime, guess what comes, right? Full service pavement asset management. You are going into crack sealing, you're going into seal coating, and you're going into striping. This is a great gateway into building the relationship with the property owner to establish trust by providing them with a reactive maintenance service that kept their property safe. You become that lighthouse for them. The speed in which the trust is developed becomes so much more. By the way, side note, Speed of Trust, written by Stephen Covey, great book. Take that note down, Speed of Trust, written by Stephen Covey. Great book. But yeah, that trust is established now that you've done a service with them, right? A lot of property owners don't want to jump in and get married right away. They want to date a little bit. And so if they're going to date, it means that they might want to do some pothole repair, and then they might want to get married to the full pavement asset management solution that you can bring to the table with your pavement maintenance business. So that's another thing, is a great entry into building lifelong accounts. Bo Parker, Judd, you mentioned that pothole repairs in the winter are a good idea. We're a small striping and repair company, and we use cold patching for the majority of our pothole jobs. Is it recommended to perform cold patching in the winter due to the curing process? There is some cold patch that you can use for sure in the winter process, in the winter months. Municipalities do, and it does work, but it's a very temporary solution in the winter months with cold patch. And a lot of the time you drive through it and it's spraying on the side of your car. You can hear the aggregate shooting up. I'm a big fan of using infrared in the winter months. It's certainly what our clients are using, and it's something that I know that you guys can all use as well, as a great solution. I look for a more rapid solution that's going to last long, that you can get paid really well for. Cold patch is expensive as well. Hope that helps. Here we go. Let's go into, here we go. We've got, I mean, team, I've shared a lot with you tonight. There's a lot of information, I know. If you have more questions, post. But really, this is about just getting started. If you desire to have a business that has steady cash flow, that's going to allow you to keep packing the envelope with money so that you can support yourself and your family potentially. For those of you that have families, you want to be that shining star. You know, you're a leader, and this is in your hands. It's in your palms of your hands to do that. I have a responsibility to you. And my responsibility to you is to help you win more. How do I help you win more? By teaching you these kind of things that I've taught other people that are successful. And certainly with the background and experience that I've got from the industry, as well as all of the customers that we have track records of building extremely successful testimonials and case studies around. As you know from our YouTube channel and our social media, we build thriving businesses with people. We love being a part of your journey. We are absolutely committed to that. And it's something that we don't take lightly. We really, really care about you. We really want to see you thrive and succeed. We want to have you on the AK Roundtable as well every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My team will post the link, but if you're not on there, you want to get on there. We've got people who are just starting out in the industry, as well as people who are seasoned vets on there. And we're all sharing information and building a better future for ourselves. I mean, it's life's short, right? We want to make the most out of it. If you're feeling a struggle or you're feeling stressed about cash flow, this is a great opportunity for you to pick up and get started. We have all kinds of financing options as well. So if you go to our pothole hunting package that's posted in the comments, you'll see that we have financing options with Klarna as well as ClickLease. And that is going to provide you with the opportunity to do monthly payments. So if you're going to do monthly payments, let's say you're doing a full pothole hunting package, I know a couple $100, maybe $300 a month or something ish. And if you think about that, that's 3 potholes a month. I mean, you could do that. You could do the 3 potholes in an hour. So you can make your payment in less than an hour of work, but you got to get out there. You got to work. This isn't some kind of magic trick. It's just providing you with the insight and the knowledge that this is available. It's in demand, and there's not a lot of competitors at all. And it's an opportunity for you. And it's just a matter of making the decision to move forward with it or not. I hope that you choose to move forward with it, as many other people. I know that Chip, you've moved forward with it. And Tim Smith, Jonas, Robert Almus. I mean, we've got endless number of clients that are getting this package, and I'd love you to take advantage of it as well. I will also, if you go to the pothole hunting package, you'll see as you scroll down the page, we also offer all the additional business stack value items in there as well to make sure that you have what you need to rock and roll. I think that's it. For now, all the links are in there. Click down in those links down in the comments if you want to look at anything there. You know where to reach me. I'm on social media, as well as our team at 866-399-5562. You can give us a call. We're open from 8 a.m. every morning Eastern Standard Time up until generally 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but a lot of the time even longer than that. Thank you, Tim Smith, for answering that. Find a trustworthy contractor in your area that you can build a relationship with and subcontract them. Such a great point. Such a great point. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in to the Pothole Hunting Live Roundtable. I do want to let you know that the RY2X2, we do, just so everybody's aware, we do have limited stock on that RY2X2 right now because of all the component shortages and everything. So I believe we have another 18 units left in stock, and then the next production line will shoot out another 30, which are, I think, coming out in the beginning of January, if I remember correctly. So if you do want one, reach out to us at Asphalt Kingdom and we'll get you all set up. And also, I'm getting a note here, RY2X2, buy it by November 30th. And get access to group coaching. Yes, I am doing a private coaching program for anybody who buys the RY2X2 by November 30th, which is tomorrow. RY2X2s, and there's going to be 2 sessions in December that I'm going to be hosting, which is a private roundtable on Zoom, where we're going to go through the strategy and making sure that we're building the heck out of that business throughout the winter months and crushing it. Again, buy an RY2X2 by November 30th and get access to the group coaching that I'm going to be privately hosting for a group of people on a roundtable on Zoom. Let's get you rocking. Have a great, great night. Thank you for tuning in. And for all of you guys who support us, who share, who are committed to being a lighthouse for all of the other people out there in the industry and making this place such an attractive industry to be a part of. Thank you from the bottom of my heart and the whole team here at Asphalt Kingdom. Have a great night, everybody. Make it a nasty good one. See ya.